welcome, folks, to another exciting edition of the Michigan Panthers Picks Podcast. Bang, bang, bang. We are taking a look at the Picks episode, yes, and you better watch out because
You're in the jungle now, baby.
I'm messing up my my intros. I am your host, FBI Tugboat.
You ever made out with a tugboat?
Let's hop on into it. Last week went 1-1-4-1, right? Hit the hell out of what did I hit? I can only remember the ones that I lost, or what the one that I lost and the one that I pushed. That was an insane -1 for the Michigan Panthers up for a while, an insane comeback right there. No need to go for two when you can just go for one and take the W. If they miss it, they go to overtime. And I genuinely believe that Michigan wins by two, at least by two. In overtime, Arlington was having problems all game long with red zone. Right, they had to punt like 4 or 5, or they had to kick a field goal like 4 or 5 times until the very, very end of the game. Whatever. Push right there, 1-1-1. So I was coming into that week at 8-10. So I go 1-1-1, go to 9-11-1, which can also be written as 9-11-01, right? Never forget. Isn't that interesting? Kind of creepy, actually. Will there be more tragedy here for FBI Tugboat coming into the back half of back third, really, of the UFL week, or will it not be good, and that'll be a premonition that's just kind of weird, right? Whatever. Let's hop on in to this one. Sitting at 9-11-1 right now, just again, just as a reminder. So, taking a look, yes, the toilet bowl right here, the Memphis Showboats, San Antonio Brahmas, both seeking multiple wins right here, and as you can imagine, very low spread, very low total, and not very much value on either side of this money line. I'm gonna go through and make every pick right here, and then take them off and give you best bets in the end, right? So I am leaning, actually money line there and over this. Both of these teams have pretty bad defenses. If you take a look, bing, 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 bing. Here, most everybody here on the injury report for the Memphis Showboats looking good. Wes Hill's out, but their other running back, where's it at? Deneric Prince, obvious. Yeah, this is last week. Yeah, Deneric Prince right here has been getting it done. Wes Hills was a little bit more of a like supporting role, right? And San Antonio just doesn't have the like a really great defense. Also taking a look, safety out, defensive end. Oh wait, hang on. I know this is all around the field. These injuries right here. Also, we don't know for sure. We'll have a better idea tomorrow. But full go here for Boogie Roberts. That's really good for the Showboats. Not so much good for my overpick right here. But big thing here. Oh, where's that? There you go. Kwame Lassiter. Haven't seen him in quite a while. Dresser win for this over to really feel good. I'd have to say right here. So I'm gonna say this is one of my locks, over 36.5. I have it on over 36. That's where I'll be putting it at over 36. All right, not over 36.5. I would advise you to try and find this, or maybe even wiggle it down a little bit and take a hit on the points. That's one of the locks, but I'm keeping on here and picking everything as we go. Both of the, this is a super low total. I think all we really need for this to hit is for Michigan to get at least a field goal or a touchdown with any amount of extra points and a field goal, right? No, sorry, let me edit that. Mid double digits, 12 to 15 or something like that. I'm feeling good about this because again, there's just not a whole lot of just not great defenses on either side of the ball right here. When San Antonio faced against not great defenses, well, they put up where you at? They put up performances like where you at? Bang! There you go, 24-18. DC does not have a great defense. Then last week, got to see this game myself, 24 points. Yes, the Memphis Showboats have failed to put up a whole lot against teams not named the Houston Roughnecks. If they do anything close to that, then I think we're looking real good. They were facing one of the better defenses at that point. Whereas Memphis, 17 points again, another low score, another close game right there. Memphis can do it. DC actually has a decent defense right there. Whereas Memphis, facing against us again. The more I'm looking across there, the more I'm feeling better about it, especially once you look at some of the defensive players are on both sides of the ball. Moving on in to our game, the Michigan Panthers and the Houston Roughnecks game. We have traditionally dog walked the Houston Roughnecks. They have looked a little bit better. We have looked better than we've ever looked before. 2 picks, bang, bang. Oh, bang. Why are you not? Why you know? There you go. Bang, bang. One of these I'm feeling much better about here, under 42.5. Memphis, we have the, where's it at? There you go. We have the best rushing defense by stats. Also, the stats here don't make any sense. Like, by completion percentage, hang on, where's the other one? By passing touchdown here, like, it goes lower, right? Games played 7, touchdown 4, well, games played 6, 7. Like, and also, there's just some stats weird stuff going on with the passing defenses. The passing defense stats. Everything else here makes sense and like lines up, right? Bang bang, right? This is by total yards. Bang bang, right? This is by rushing average here, 3.337. You know, it makes sense. There's something funky with the numbers going on right here and however they calculate this. So I am feeling this. Also, Michigan never really goes for extra points that we don't need, right? We also have a fantastic rushing defense. Quandre White will not be able to get it started. This will have to go to the air here for the Houston Roughnecks, and we're good at the short side of the field. Where we've been getting trounced is these long balls, you know, like once or twice a game for somebody to put up like 60. 45, something like that, in a single pass for a touchdown in a game. It's happened like pretty frequently. But I honestly don't feel like Houston's going to be able to put up that many points. Like, I got nothing against Jalen McClendon. I got nothing against the rest of the Jalen McClendon's good. Kiki Chisholm, or not, yeah, Kiki Chisholm and the other receiving core here, Justin Hall, have been fantastic for the Houston Roughnecks, but they're just not. They're either going to have to dink and dunk around the field and fail at rushing. And CJ Johnson is also somebody who's just going to continuously try to run the ball, even though we're going to shut it. I love Zaquandre Wright. He went to the University of South Carolina, but we're going to shut him down, and CJ Johnson's also going to still try to make that happen. It's just not going to happen. Love that. I love this. If this comes down at all, I really do like this. I would take this at closer to, like, if this was -4, this would be a lock. Also, I'm salty about pushing last week, and I don't like the extra hook here. That's why I'm going. This just, and also the value here just makes a lot more sense, right? Win by 2, so it goes down to a field goal in this, in this league where it's the league of comebacks, and so infrequently as it come down to a field goal, nah, just take the money line right there. Moving on along here, the Birmingham Stallions visiting the St. Louis Battlehawks. Years past, this would have been the best of the best, meaning the best of the best in the most populated stadium here. That is not the case anymore. Jamar Smith coming in for the Birmingham Stallions, so I am going to like this, right? But in general, the Birmingham Stallions defense is not the team that has been not playing as well recently. And what I really like for this game is, wait, no, hang on. This is not one of the locks. Sorry. This is not one of the locks. What I like here is the 39.5. If this was closer to this, if this was even 42 even, I would like this a lot more. But this will be the game that I do not bet this week. This is the game I would definitely be watching this at the same time. As you can see, 10 a.m. Saturday, both of these games going down. But this is the game that I would not be watching. This is just where I am leaning to. I know that's a bad word or whatever else like that. But in case you were just looking for somebody's opinion, and just didn't really have anything yourself, that is what I would. That's what I would go for right here. Now, moving on along here to what should be, possibly might be, a XFL championship, right? Especially if St. Louis loses right here. Arlington Renegades head on into Audi Field. Audi Field has not seen the same like home field crowd that gives them that advantage all the way through. Most of these stadiums, I mean, most especially the bigger ones, or the teams that a lot is expected from them, right? Houston playing way better than they have last year. The Birmingham Stallions, the back-to-back-to-back, right? Audi Field and the St. Louis Battlehawks, obviously, they've established an expectation. Well, neither of them have really been feeling that. I don't feel like there's that much of a home field advantage right here. Leaning +3 here, but my lock, bang, 43.5. This is 2 different squads. Let's take a look down. Bing. Here you go. Not really a whole lot, everybody limited right here. We'll have bang, bang, plenty more opportunity for Sunday for this to come back. Not that there's anybody really, really on here that, like, scares me for DC either. Like if they were out, Sam Kidd maybe has started a few times. Uh, I mean they have other tight ends to get this done. Mintz, would be a little bit scary, but a head injury with three days to go, as long as it's not a concussion or something recurring, should be good to go. Garrett McGinn will be on in there. Has started some. Adrian Ely. Limited. We'll have to look at that. But Davion Smith, I just say that because they lost Kalen Balaj and Dede Hunter, who is talented, has gotten more done in the air, right? Has gotten more done with these short dump passes and then weaving through defenders and stuff like that than he has necessarily in traditional running back roles. So that is something that I would definitely monitor. The good news for this is you have until Sunday. Both of these teams do not have super great. Again, okay, so this is just by the number of completions. Yeah, this like yeah, I mean, there's not a statistical difference between second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. And in fact, there's a three-way tie for those, and really not a significant. You're talking about 10 completions that can be overdone in a single game. These passing statistics are super, super weird. But anyway, if we talk about defenses, the Arlington Renegade, this game is going to be won through the air, right? Where are we? Nope, not there, not there. Bang, here you go. There's the previous game. They went to 70, the highest point total in this game. Putting this at over 43.5 is wild. Also, both teams scored points in every single quarter, except for the DC in the very first quarter. A slightly slower start there. They would come out on top after a fourth quarter comeback. The first quarter, or the first half, excuse me, really being the lion's share, 27-15. I mean, dude, they were covering this. Yeah, 27-15 is 42. They were covering this in the first half last game, and that is with DC like not putting up anything right there. Almost 600 yards. Wait, no, hang on. Let me be serious. 571 yards. No, sorry, 576 yards between the two of them. I mean, 46 freaking pass completions. That's insane. They were still feeding Abram Smith in a way that I don't think they're going to anymore. Deion Jackson has been their guy. Kalen Balaj got a whole lot done here. Will not be here. Davion Smith was featured a little bit here. Dede Hunter found some value. I mean, 2.7 isn't terrible over across six receptions, but all of it went down right here. I mean, three different receivers with more than 60 yards. Pretty much the same thing over here. 56 yards, not 60, right? Javonte Payton, I believe that's the tight end right here, getting it done. Sal Cannella, 6 receptions on 9 targets, like crazy stuff. You just weren't able to shut him down. Kalen Balaj right here as well. Where's Dede Hunter? Dede Hunter actually didn't get targeted in here, so that'll definitely happen in this second game. But taking a look back on into here, how do I clear this? Clear all. But these are the picks that a gun to the head if I had to pick total ATS every single one of these games or basically ATS. This is what I would pick. Bang. Now let's go back. I'm taking over 36, not 36 and a half, because that's what I have on my books. Under 42 and a half, because we never really go for more extra points than we really need, and I don't have faith in Houston. And over 43 and a half. This game just went to 72 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Yeah, what 3 weeks ago? Excuse me. Not quite three game weeks ago. Not quite three chronological weeks ago. This is and the only middle difference between these two is that Kalen Balaj is out. Now with what I mean they got Smith involved a little bit more last week. I think Dede Hunter will definitely receive some balls and go for it. Actually, let's just look at this schedule. Arlington Renegades. Because honestly, that's the I want to put Arlington +3 right here, but I need to look at it first. So playing against a decent defense. Let's see how many Dede Hunter. 4 for 39. 4 for 39 targeted 5 times. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty darn good. Tyler Vaughn's coming off the game of his life. Maybe not the game of his life, but a very, very, very good game. Sal Cannella, tight end, still putting up numbers. And we have a decent pass defense. DC just does not really, right? What is this? This is by total yards. Not as significant a difference between the middle three right here. Yeah, 40-yard difference across 7 games for DC, St. Louis, and Arlington. We're down here, actually, 7 extra 150. Now, that is a significant statistical difference, excuse me. Where's DC? Passing touchdowns. It says 8 right here. It says 6 over here. I mean, I'm not 100% sure how to read that one. Either way, DC or Arlington has less. Completion percentage, 47.5. That is a significant statistical difference. I would say there's not a significant statistical difference between 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3, right? Less than 2% difference between, or sorry, less than 3% difference between all three of these, right? Arlington on top of the efficiency rating as well, a 10% difference between these. Significant. That still doesn't make any fucking sense. That's so irritating. I'm trying to like give you stats, but this is obviously not lined up correctly. Arlington actually giving up the most yardage per reception. DC at about a yard and a half, 2 yards less than that. But by attempts, yeah, attempts to completions. My goodness. So Arlington actually has the most attempts against them and the least complete. That's actually really, really damn good. Really, really good. Where's DC at? 8 and 6. So they got an extra interception. They got an extra there, but they've given up 11 more completions, but for 40 less yards. So people have just been balling against Arlington, which again goes forth and backs up our over 43.5. I'm feeling more better at that every single little bit. Bang! Those are our three. Wait, no, that's not right. Is it? I picked 3 totals this week. I gotta pick somebody. You gotta pick somebody against the spread, right? This is tough. Nah, this is really what I feel. If I picked a total right here, all right. Let me finagle something here. Nah, I hate. I would say this, but I just hate that number. I would be a bitch on the odds a little bit, make a little bit less money for this 120 probably. Yeah, I would do that. Yeah, I would do that. There's no value here. I don't think the Houston Roughnecks are going to win. Maybe here, but St. Louis has looked really, really good. They're back at home. And then here, I always hate taking like an underdog in a situation where I think there's gonna be 70 points scored, or when in a situation where I'm more secure about that. So I'm a total guy this week. Over 36.5 Memphis Showboats and San Antonio Brahmas. Over 36.5. Under 42.5 Michigan Panthers and the Houston Roughnecks. Over 43.5 for the Arlington Renegades and DC Defenders. And bang. That's the other one I'd throw in here. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's go 4 picks this week. Why not? Why the hell not? We'll be more of a total guy. It's been decent to us throughout. Mostly I've been playing against the spread and it hasn't been really paying off. So maybe it's the time for it, right? If I was doing like a money line, if I was gonna take a dog here of anybody. Dogs. I mean, there's only 2 dogs that really have any value, and that's here and here. And not that, bang, right there. Plus 125. Not a huge dog by any means. If I was to parlay money lines, bang. Oh. I don't know about that. Yeah, but still, two picks with a favorite, an actual pick, and plus 154 is not terrible. Anyway, those are the picks that I would go for this week. Appreciate you guys for watching. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and check out the other UFM content creators. Right? We have a person covering every single episode. We have a couple of different gambling episodes, including this one. We also have kind of like a discussion episode. Argument. Really, that's all it is. It's arguments. But it's still very, very entertaining. Appreciate you guys for watching. I'll catch you on the flip side.